Hi everybody, welcome to another Change Your Thoughts Today show. My name is Stephen Aitchison, creator of PositiveLifeAffirmations.net, a program to help you change your beliefs to change your life. Okay, today I'm just going to be showing you some books off my bookshelf, personal development books. So we're going to get started with the books. This is just some personal development books I've got on my shelf that have helped me over the years. And I'm going to share with you the first one. You probably all know it. In fact, try and see if you can guess what the first book is. And I bet most of you will guess the right book. If you can guess the first book that I'm going to show you today. Sunita, welcome to you. Linda Caldwell say hi on the 4 drinks. There'll be more than that, I would imagine. Probably not, because I'll probably get drunk on 4 drinks. Not that I'll go out to kind of get drunk, just to have a good time with Sharon, my wife. So it's going to be good. Okay, so guess the first book that I'm going to show you today. So, sorry I forgot to ask that, I can't remember. The Secret? No, it's not The Secret, Amanda. And keep guessing before I show you the first book. A lot of you will guess it, I would imagine. A lot of you have probably read it. So it's a book that's probably the most widely read book, personal development book in the world today. French Dwellers by Stuart Wilde. No, it's not that, Maria. Amanda Foy saying thank God. No, The Secret? Nah. I know what you mean by The Secret. It was missing a lot of things. A hell of a lot of things. But I've got a book, an alternative to The Secret, which is fabulous. You missed a good wee shindig last Saturday. James Michael Bennett. James, how you doing? How you doing? James Michael is somebody I kind of met a few months ago. And he is brilliant. Really funny, and he doesn't even try to be funny, but he's just dead funny. So hopefully we'll get another night out as well, James Michael. That'd be good to catch up with you again, because that was a really good night and you were kind of hilarious. Okay, so anybody else guessing the book? Is this language Australian? Is it language Australian? No, Scottish. I'm Scottish. The Fable one? Paolo Ciappi? Nope, it's not that one. The Fable one? Never heard of that, to be honest, Amanda. Law of Attraction, Kimberly D. Mann? Nope, it's not that one. It's a lot hard for me, I'm French. Rita? Okay, right, okay, I'll just get on with it. The very first book, I'll tell you the story behind this as well. You're probably going to say, get on with it, man. But the story behind it, I was when I was about 19 or 20, and this is how my whole personal development journey started. And I mean, literally, my whole personal development started with this one kind of incident in this one book. So I was in a little second-hand bookshop in Kirkcaldy in Fife, which is in Scotland, and I love kind of browsing second-hand books. I love the smell of kind of old books and new books as well. I just love the smell. I know there's something weird about that, but there's something, just when you smell books, there's something kind of strange about it, but I love it. So I was in a second-hand bookshop, and I seen a book on the kind of top shelf. And no, it wasn't one of the type of top shelf books. It was just on the top shelf. It was books, not magazines or anything. So I kind of reached up to get this book off the top shelf because I seen the spine, and I kind of pulled it out. But another book fell, hit me on the head, and landed on the ground. So I kind of looked around. I was a wee bit embarrassed because it hit me on the head. I went, oh yeah, and I just kind of looked around because I was a wee bit embarrassed. But nobody had seen it, and nobody had seen me or seen that wee incident. So I bent over, picked it up to put it back on the shelf. I noticed it had a bright yellow cover, kind of red stripes on it, and I kind of looked at the cover, and I seen it and I thought, actually, I think I'm going to buy that one. It was £1.60 or something. That was back then as well. So I bought it, and I started to read it on the bus journey home, because it was about kind of 7-8 miles away from me. So I got the bus journey home and I started to read it. I thought, this is brilliant. So I finished it within a couple of days, and I read it over and over and over and over again. And probably some of you have guessed it by now. Paulo Coelho, Amanda Foy, no. Hi from Paisley. Elizabeth Tennant, welcome, Elizabeth, just down the road from me. Okay, so the book is... I don't know if you can see that okay. And this is the original version of the book, or one of the original kind of versions. This is a very old kind of version of it. I don't know when it was, 1960s or something when it first came out. It doesn't, I've not got a date there, but I think it was the 1960s that came out, and it's just a book that totally changed my way of thinking about everything. And there's so many good things in that book, especially about the kind of your kind of mastermind, your imaginary kind of mastermind, where you get a group of people that you truly admire in the world, and you kind of sit down and have a conversation with them in your mind. But answers, you ask them questions and stuff like that, and answers come to you, and you think, well, this is just from my head, but I think it's from somewhere else. I think you tap into something else when you kind of tap into this imaginary kind of mastermind. And it was just such a transformational journey for me. And this is the whole book, or this is a book that started my whole personal development journey off. Without this book, I would not be here kind of talking on this live today, because I would have totally gone in a different direction. So this is a book that kind of started the whole journey off for me. And I would imagine a hell of a lot of you have read that book. I would imagine anyway. Okay, the next book I want to talk about. Okay, Amanda Foy spoke about The Secret, but I didn't really rate The Secret that much because it left a lot of things out. So I'm going to show you a book by Genevieve Davis. And I've showed this before. I'll just kind of put that up there. Genevieve Davis is called Becoming Rich, but as all the other books that she's brought out before this, is 3 very thin books she's got out. It's about called The Magic. And she's brought out this kind of magic series, and this is the 4th in the series that she's brought out. And they are amazing, amazing books, particularly if you can get the audiobooks. The audiobooks is narrated by Fiona Hardingham, and she's just a brilliant narrator. I don't know what it is about her voice, but I've listened to the audiobooks about, I don't know, 10 times each at least. And it's all about the law of attraction, and it just really goes into the law of attraction quite deeply, much better than The Secret, 10 times better than The Secret. And her books are just amazing. And nobody knows who Genevieve Davis is, because it's a pseudonym she's got. So I wrote to her on Facebook earlier this year, because I was dying to find out who it really was. And I'm sure it's somebody famous, but I just don't know. So she wrote back to me and said, kind of teased me and just said, so I can't tell you who I am, but you would probably know who I am. So we kind of corresponded just a couple of times on Facebook, because I promoted a book on a live before. So I'd love to know who Genevieve Davis is. So if anybody knows who it is, let me know. But I don't think she's told anybody, so nobody knows who it is just now. But brilliant, brilliant books, all 4 of her books. So that's that one. Right, any books by this guy, Stuart Wilde. And these are just some of the kind of small books he's got out, but the one I'm going to recommend is this one called Your Infinite Self by Stuart Wilde. Stuart is just my type of writer. He's wacky, he doesn't care what he says. If you've ever heard any of his videos, he just lets rip. And it's all about personal development, mindset, and stuff like that. And the other book that's really good as well by Stuart Wilde is Affirmations. That is a fantastic book as well. It's Affirmations by Stuart Wilde. And Stuart Wilde is sadly no longer with us. He passed away a few years ago. But he is just an amazing, amazing writer. And I recommend all of his books. I've never read a bad one yet from Stuart Wilde. And I started a group on Facebook called Fringe Dwellers of the World, and it was him that coined the term Fringe Dwellers. And it's just brilliant. His writing is brilliant. I just keep reading them over and over again, and I always get something new from them as well. Every time I read one of his books, always get something new. And I'm reading one of his other books just now as well that I've not got here, which is excellent. So that's his books. We have Brendan Burchard. I don't know if anybody's heard of Brendan. Well, a lot of people will have heard of Brendan Burchard. But this is one of his books as well. Life's Golden Ticket. I thought this was a great book as well, and I read that within a day or something. I don't get a lot of time to read, to be honest. But when I do, and I kind of set time up, so I can read. So in my chair back there that you seen last week, that's where I do all my reading, or taking the dog for a walk as well. I'll just take my book out or take an audio book out. And Life's Golden Ticket is really, really good. It kind of opens your eyes or gets you to think in a different way. And Brendan is a master at kind of marketing as well, but his personal development stuff is just spot on. And I shared an article of his yesterday as well. which hopefully you enjoyed, about the relationships. And that went down really well as well. But Life's Golden Ticket is a really good book as well. So I would recommend Brendan Burchard, Life's Golden Ticket. Nina Blankenburg is in. Welcome back, Nina. I love to read books. So do I. Totally love books, and I was brought up on books, and I just love books. The next one, the next book, is probably one you've seen as well. Richard Carlson, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. And that's a book you can dip into again and again and again, and you never kind of tire of it. I just love it, and it's got about 100 tips on how to kind of let go and not sweat the small stuff, basically. But it's just a brilliant book, and it's a book, one of those books you wished you could have written, or I wished I could have. When I read it, I thought, that is just brilliant. And when I wrote my book, it wasn't really a book, it was a blog post that kind of really expanded 100 ways to develop your mind. When I wrote my book, it was kind of, I got the idea from this, as well as kind of a few other kind of inspirations I got it from. The Richard Carlson book, that was a big inspiration for me when I wrote my book as well. And I'm not going to include my book because this has nothing to do with me. This is to do with just the books I've read that have changed my life. This is a brilliant book by Claude M. Bristol. And it's just a very simple book. You could read that in half a day or so, even less than that, a couple of hours. And it's The Magic of Believing. And this is the book that really got me started talking about beliefs. And it's a book that also started kind of a business as well for me. Because when I first started writing and recording the positive affirmations, and I know a ton of you bought the positive affirmations, the programs that I've got, this is the book that kind of started it all off for me as well. And the stories behind that and how I came to this book as well, but I won't go into that. But it's just such a brilliant book. It's all about your beliefs and how they affect your mind, your body, your spirit, your energy, and totally everything in your life. It's just such an amazing wee book, and I go back to it kind of again and again as well, and I always get something new from it as well. So I'm just wondering if we've got any books. Nina Blankenburg, I love that book, The Magic of Believing. It is a great book, Nina, definitely. I'm just going to see... Brittany Yanoff, I love when I can find good audiobooks. I have an hour drive to work each day, so love to fill that space with something that can inspire me. I love audiobooks as well. I really love audiobooks, Brittany, and I listen to audiobooks when I take the dog out for a walk as well, or when I go to the gym as well. I always listen to an audiobook, or podcasts. I listen to a lot of podcasts as well. So really, really love kind of audiobooks, particularly if you've got a good narrator. And that makes all the difference with an audiobook as well, a good narrator. Love that book, Stephen. Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, Catherine Cox. Yeah, that's one of my favourite books kind of all time as well. And again, Richard Carlson has passed on, I believe, as well, which is a shame. Was the first books by Stuart Wilde, Stephanie Hellman. There was a few books. I've got about 6 or 7 books there by Stuart Wilde. But yeah, they're all brilliant. All Stuart Wilde books are fantastic. Just seeing if there's any more comments before we go on. No, I can't see any. We're scrolling too fast. Okay, the next book, and you've probably all seen this as well. And this is Esther and Jerry Hicks. And it's Ask and It Is Given. And this is the kind of definitive book on the law of attraction. So this, coupled with Wayne Dyer books, or coupled with Genevieve Davis books I showed you earlier on, about the magic and becoming rich as well. It's all about the law of attraction, and they are the people I would kind of read the most. I wouldn't really read anybody else. Rhonda Byrne's books, they're okay. Rhonda Byrne's books, The Secret, the kind of magic she's got and the power and things like that, they're okay. But I wouldn't put them in the same category as kind of Esther and Jerry Hicks. I love Esther and Jerry Hicks kind of books as well. Wayne Dyer's books and Genevieve Davis talking about the law of attraction as well. Just brilliant. Pure brilliant. Love them. Pure brilliant. Maria Flynn, my favourite book is Ishmael by Daniel Quinn. I'll be talking about Esther Hicks today. We always do that. I've never read that, Maria. Ishmael by Daniel Quinn. I've never read that before. So I need to. That'll be another one on my reading list as well. Paulo Coelho's books are brilliant as well. And I've never brought any of these out today. But the last one I'm going to be talking about, Catherine Cox, Love, Wayne Dyer and Esther Hicks. Truly inspiring. It really is. Just love their books. And Wayne has sadly passed away as well. The Four Agreements, Don Miguel, I've read that as well. That's a really good book, Kathy. Love The Power of Now. There's something strange about The Power of Now as well, by Eckhart Tolle. I kind of read it the first time. When it first came out, I read it and I thought I couldn't get it. I couldn't get what all the fuss was about. And I tried to read it again after that and thought, yeah, I kind of get it. And it's only, I didn't read it. It wasn't until the third time that I read the book that I got it. And I got what all the fuss was about. But it took me a few years to actually kind of get it. Which I don't know why. I don't know why it just didn't connect with me. But I get now why people kind of love that book as well. Mitch Albom, yeah, I love his books as well. They are so amazing. They are. Really liked his books. As a Man Thinketh, James Allen, yeah, that's a good book as well. And that's one of the first books or the first ebooks I downloaded from a site, archives.org or something. They've got his book, As a Man Thinketh, and I can actually printed it out. It's about 160 pages. I took a whole kind of cartridge just to print the book out as well, Stephen. So yeah, that's a really good book as well. I've not actually got the physical book. The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, Joseph Murphy's a brilliant one as well. I love Wayne. His daughter is amazing as well. I've never seen his daughter. That's from Missy Holter. Letitia Lavano, Stephen, can you leave the name of the books on your last comment, please? I appreciate. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll put a list of the books I've mentioned here today. I'll just put a list of the books and the author name as well. So I'll do that after the live show. Okay, the last one, which is probably a weird one, and I'm probably going to guess that none of you have read this book, or hardly anybody, small percentage. And this guy is Australian, but he is amazing. And it's a book called Astrodynamics by Robert Bruce, which is weird because I'm Scottish and you know all about Robert Bruce, obviously. So Astrodynamics by Robert Bruce. I read this years ago and I kept a copy of it because I threw thousands of books out when I got married and kind of was moving about and stuff like that. But this is one of the must-keep books. And it's about out-of-body kind of astral projection. That's really what it's about. But it goes into spiritual, technical details as well that are kind of way advanced. And even when I read it again, it's still hard to kind of fathom and kind of practice the techniques. But Robert Bruce is just on another dimension, kind of probably literally on another dimension. So if you get a chance to kind of read Astrodynamics, I would definitely buy it. But it is a bit technical and it can be a bit, and you're going, what the hell? But it's brilliant. I loved it, and I practiced some of the techniques. Managed to do astral projection twice, or really once. I would say once I've managed to astral project outside my body, and I could see my body, but literally it only lasted about 10-20 seconds. And this is where I got the kind of ideas for lucid dreaming as well. And I mentioned a book by Stephen LaBerge on lucid dreaming. That's a brilliant book as well, one of my favourites of all time. And that's all about being conscious in your actual dream. So you're consciously aware that you're dreaming whilst you're dreaming, which is a strange sensation, but it is the most amazing sensation ever. If you've ever been able to lucid dream, and I mean truly practice lucid dreaming, and you really, it just gives you a high for about a week after it. And I practiced this again before I got married, when I was single, when I had the time, because I used to wake up after every dream that I had so I could remember all my dreams. So I got into this habit of remembering all my dreams. And I made myself wake up after every dream so I could remember them and record them. And just after you drift back into a sleep, you can drift into a lucid dream. But something kind of weird happens with that, and it's a strange sensation called sleep paralysis. So sleep paralysis is where your body is awake, or your mind is awake, but your body cannot move at all. And it's quite scary because you get these, it's obviously kind of in your head, but you get these kind of beings that come into wherever you're sleeping, or you feel there's kind of beings, whatever it is, you feel there's kind of beings around you, and it's a scary, scary experience, sleep paralysis. But if you can get over that, the next stage is kind of astral projection. So you've got lucid dreaming, you might have lucid sleep paralysis before it, and then you've got astral projection after that. I know we're going to be a bit technical and kind of more into a spiritual kind of realm, but that book I just loved, Astral Dynamics by Robert Bruce. I kind of went off on a tangent there talking about lucid dreaming and astral projection. Stacey Nunali is saying Zig Ziglar was my first motivational author at 18 and started my path of enlightenment. Zig Ziglar's brilliant as well. Stephen Webb, sleep paralysis, that's easy for me. If you know Stephen, you'll get that. You'll get that. Thank you for the wonderful books, Akel. Thank you for watching. Amanda Foy, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Yeah, fantastic personal development book. Amanda saying snort. Mandy L. Frederick, wow, I can't believe I missed this, sorry. Oh, you missed it. You can watch the replay, and I'll put a link. I'll put kind of names of the books I've mentioned as well. Catherine Cox, yes, I do lucid dreaming almost automatically now, and have experienced sleep paralysis. Oh, it can be a horrible thing when you're not used to it. But it's weird. Weird sleep paralysis is kind of scary, but once you get past it, amazing things lie on the other end of sleep paralysis. Diana Rivas, good morning, Stephen. I love your accent. As a man thinketh is one of my favourites. Yep, definitely a good book. Thank you very much for that, Diana. 7 Habits of Highly... Who said that? Sunita Esther, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Stephen R. Covey. Brilliant book as well. I've got that on my shelf as well. Astral Dynamics. Got this book. So Babian has got that book. I didn't think anybody would have that book, Babian, to be honest. Yeah. I honestly didn't think anybody would have that book because it's such... Not an obscure book, but it's one of those books not a lot of people have. So it's weird. Julia Cameron, The Artist's Way, I think. Brigitta. Julia Cameron, The Artist's Way, I think. If that's the book you're talking about. I know you just mentioned the author there, but I think it's The Artist's Way. That was a really good book. I read that years and years ago as well. Excellent. I'll just see if there's any more comments. See if there's any more books. I just love to see what other people read as well. Brené Brown. I've not actually read any of Brené Brown's books. I've seen obviously the quotes and stuff like that kind of fly about, but I've never actually read any of her books. That's a good recommendation. Let's see if there's any more. Right, no, the comments are going that fast. I have major sleep problems. It's hard. The Prophet by Kyle Gibran. Lean In, a good one from women. Amanda Foy, Lean In is a good one for women trying to find their voice in business. Lean In, I've seen that advertised. Amanda, you're going to have to tell me who wrote that because that would bug me. I know I've seen it advertised, and I think it was on audible.com actually. I've seen it, Lean In. Can't remember who wrote it. Unbreakable by Thorne Shear. Never heard of that. Haven't actually heard of that. And I'm getting cramp in my foot just now. Oh yeah. Stephen Webb, who wrote Astral Dynamics? It was a guy called Robert Bruce, as in the King Robert Bruce. So that was who wrote it, Stephen. Sheryl Sandberg, that's it. Thanks for that, Amanda. Okay, Rising Strong is a great one of Brené Brown's. Thanks, Amanda. I'm going to actually buy some of these books, because usually what I do when somebody recommends a book, somebody that I know well recommends a book. I think Eva Orsano recommended The Afterlife of Billy Fingers. So when somebody I kind of know well and they recommend a book, I usually just buy it straight away. And that's how I like to get my kind of book recommendations as well. So I'm going to buy some of these books straight after this. Evelyn DeCang, Telno, The Road Less Travelled. I read that when I was doing psychology, my psychology degree at university, and it's a guy called Scott M. Peck, The Road Less Travelled. And that was an eye-opener as well, an eye-opener of a book as well. I've not got a copy of that. It must have been one of the ones I threw out. The Unlimited Self, Jonathan Heston. That is from Lois Con. Excellent. I don't think I've read that. I haven't read it. 9 Essential Things. I've learned about life. Stacey Nanali. I've never read that either. Can't recall I've read that. I think that's it just now. So what I'll do is I'll put a list of the books that I've mentioned today down below. And if you are watching the replay of this, or if you can recommend any books to the other kind of readers that's on just now, just kind of give a shout out to, remember to name the book itself and the author as well. Because that'll bug me if I don't know. Because usually I remember the names of the books and then I can't remember the author, or remember the author and I can't remember the names of the books. So just put that in as well. What else have we got? Wendy Mia. I have followed you for a while now. Start to want to learn more positive things. Thanks. Excellent. Thank you very much for the compliment. Really appreciate that. You can watch all the kind of previous live shows as well. And we're going to be doing something. We're talking about something, myself and Maria Flynn this morning, who's going to be on One Wise Life in 3 minutes. We were talking about doing something that is quite big, that we're really quite excited about as well, about the live shows. So I'll tell you more about that as it comes up. Okay, I'm going to go just now as well. So I hope you have an amazingly brilliant, fantastic weekend, wherever you're up to. I'm going out tonight and tomorrow, so I'll probably will be hungover, but I'll still get up at 5 o'clock and start working. And have a brilliant one, whatever you're doing, and namaste. Take care. Bye now.